China is pushing ahead with its ambitious space program. The country approved the fourth phase of its lunar exploration project, which includes the construction, together with Russia, of a scientific research base on the moon within the next decade. Our correspondent, Aramzi Parasa, brings us more details on this and other news in the Asian region.
China is moving forward with Russia on plans to build a scientific exploration base at the moon's south pole in the next decade, forging an alliance that will compete with the Getaway project of the United States and its allies. China has already approved the fourth phase of its lunar exploration program, which includes building the facility with Russia. The China National Space Administration said that cooperation with Moscow and other countries is vital to advance the project and will lay a solid foundation for research into lunar resources and the lunar environment. Beijing also announced that it will continue its lunar exploration program with the launch of 4 new missions in the near future. China and Russia signed an agreement in March last year for the construction of the International Lunar Research Station, which will compete with the Permanent Getaway Outpost, which NASA plans to build together with the European Agency, Japan, and Canada, and in which neither Beijing nor Moscow are included. Chinese experts believe that if this project is successfully completed, China will not be far off achieving a manned landing on the moon. China has maintained a strong interest in space exploration since the first decade of this century, and it has been its priority for several years. In fact, the Asian nation has already made important achievements, such as placing a rover on the so-called dark side of the moon, collecting samples from the Earth satellite, sending a probe to the planet Mars, and building its own space station. In other news, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea confirmed that it successfully tested a hypersonic missile, the second test of this type of missile in Pyongyang, which is faster, more agile, and harder for air defense systems to intercept. Officials said these hypersonic missile tests are strategically aimed at modernizing the country's armed forces to respond to growing threats and the changing international situation. Meanwhile, in India, new cases of COVID-19 are rising sharply, signaling the arrival of a third wave of infection in the Asian country. India now has more reported than 35 million cases of the coronavirus, and in the last week, the daily number of positive cases has risen from 10,000 to more than 50,000, marking the accelerated pace of the spread of the virus that coincides with the entry of the new Omicron variant in the country. That's the picture on this side of the world. We'll be back with more news from Asia in the coming days.